Thanks for joining me. This is just an update on Mitzy the dog. Bless her. So I'm putting together a video for you, which obviously is this one. I'll just go through it with you. God, bear with the beginning, because this is the story right from the start. This is when we found her, how we found her. And would you have stopped? I don't know, you see, because I was struggling to hear her, to be fair. But luckily, Cheryl and Omar and these other people, they just managed to pick it up. And yeah, thank goodness for Mitzy, because we did manage to save her. So let's crack on with the video, and I'll just talk you through it. Well, this bit anyway, I just stick one of my bins in so I can hear what's going on. Right, here we go. Let's have a look then. So we were out doing this exercise, this daily exercise, you know, your hour and all that. And we took the dog in the trailer like we do, down across the meadows and down the canal. Now I just pulled up here to get Lola back in the trailer, and did you hear that? She's just whimpering in that bush there. She's caught up, Mitzy is. I've picked this up on the camera on the front of my bike. It's really faint and quiet, but she's there. She's kind of like squeaking and just in the bush. These two lads here, they heard something, but then gave up and was going to walk away. But then Cheryl picked up on it as well.
Probably a guard dog at the factory. Probably a guard dog at his own.
And it just made us go back and have another look.
It's behind that fence.
Right in there, tucked away, you can barely see anything.
Is it a garden or that? Is it a factory or something?
It looks like it's a store.
Yeah, no, hold on.
So I thought I'd go and have a look and see if I could get in there and get it out. Which was going to be a bit of a problem because she was really tangled. And she was caught up behind this wire fence between a barbed wire and all tangled round her collar.
Oh Lord. Has it? Oh no. Oh, has he? Yeah. No, we ought to move out the way, aren't we, a bit, really? Let's move you out the way, Lola, because there's people walking by.
Bearing in mind it's this COVID-19, so we're trying to keep us distance, which is hard when you're trying to, you know, save the little pooch. Unfortunately, we've just turned the camera around, so you can't actually see me pulling it out through the hedge, but you'll get some of the sound in a minute.
Oh, you got it? Oh, what are we going to do with you? Is your collar bad? There you go, sweetie pie. Have you had enough? Hey, any more? She's trembling, look.
So we popped her in the trailer,
Ever so fast.
and then we'll get Lola in there and we'll get them back home and find out where the owner is. This is where she was. This is up that side bit there, and that's the green mesh fence she was caught behind. So she was actually in that.
So she was caught under that, entangled in that barbed wire there, right inside here. But as you can see, it's all fenced in, all the way around. It's like a little corner, and there's all razor wire on the top.
It's a real tricky one to get at.
God knows how she
Really
got caught
tricky.
there. Thanks, mate. And you.
So put both the dogs in the trailer, and off we went. Let's get her back home.
Get out of
And
here.
she quite enjoyed the trailer, to be fair, in there with Lola. Luckily the weather had changed and it was quite nice. And there they are, look, the pair of them in the trailer on the way back.
Yeah, stop there a minute.
Lola loves that trailer. You got a new mate?
What's it for you? We'll find your mummy and daddy soon. We'll find them, we'll see who they are. We'll get you back home again. We'll get you back home, won't we?
Should we get you a little drink and something to eat? Hey? Come on then. Are you better? Hello, this is Mitzy.
Who? Oh, look at her leg. You got some new friends? Oh dear. You're either really thin or you're a little puppy. I think she's a pup. She's very fluffer.
She's really fluffy.
Aren't you? You're a little fluff bucket, aren't you? Are you a puppy? I don't know, it's hard to tell, isn't it? She could be really old.
No, she's not old.
Oh, it's okay. Here you go, sweetie pie. Do you want a little drink? I know it's a big bowl,
Jesus.
isn't it?
A little drink.
She did have a drink earlier and yacked it back up. She must be dehydrated. I don't know, she's probably old, you know. She could be
She's
old.
not old. Why is it old?
It's hard to tell, isn't it?
I don't think she's old. She doesn't feel like she's been out for ages, though, does she?
She was well tangled. That barbed wire was wrapped around her collar, so she couldn't move.
Really?
You are a good girl, aren't you? Eh?
Right in the corner of a fencing thing. It was right pain to get her out. She was
What's
really
that,
stuck.
Mitzy? Look, you're hungry, sweetie pie.
Yeah, it's not going to want to eat that, is it? Go get a bit of ham.
If you were hungry, you'd eat
Got no
anything.
ham.
Go get a bit of that dodgy chicken.
Plastic chicken.
What's this, look, Mitzy?
Oh, she says, no, I'm happy
Mitzi.
now. I'm happy now.
What's- no, she just wants to drink.
I'm
doesn't she?
happy now. God, I was thirsty.
Shall I put her a little, cook her a bit of fish?
So it's all worked out with Mitzy. She's settled in quite well. So the story was, Mitzy's mum, who she'd been with for 13 years, an old lady in Kings Lynn. She was ill with cancer, and Mitzy had gone to stay with the daughter in Leicester. But the house that the daughter lived in wasn't really geared up for pets. It was very busy house, lots of people coming and going. And Mitzy managed to escape early hours of the morning. But she'd been out for 5 days until we found her tangled up in the barbed wire. Dehydrated and a bit upset, bless her. Not been eating food. But we got her back home, we brought her back, and that's when we started the Facebook trying to find her parents or her mum, see where she lived. She had got a collar on, but we struggled. There was nobody at the house. The phone number was just ringing off. Eventually we did manage to get in contact with the dog groomer who looked after Mitzy. She recognised her, and we got a bit more information, and then we did eventually get in touch with the daughter. She came around. They're obviously very busy in and throwing to Kings Lynn, and said that if we would, look after her, they were quite happy for that, if we didn't mind. So, yeah, Mitzy's here with us, bless her.
And she's a dainty little thing. She's still very weak, and keeping Lola company. Ain't ya? Hey, she's all you can hear down the garden. You've got something bothering you. So she's on the move. She's getting better. She's perking up a bit. She's been drinking and starting to eat a bit of food again. I think it's going to be a bit of a long haul though, but she'll be alright in the end.
And unfortunately, we had the news that Ingrid had passed away, and the family were quite happy for us to keep her, and we love her, so she'll be staying, and but she's doing really well. I'll put a little advert in at the end of this video. If you click on that advert, any money generated from it will go towards Mitzy. We'll buy the best steak, whatever income's generated from that advert will go straight to the dog, I promise you. Thanks for watching.